Hi, it's Jez here from Nigezza.co.uk. Thank you for joining me today. So today I'm going to make a card. I'm going to use the new Boughs and Blossoms. So you've got a punch and a stamp set. The punch doesn't punch out the images. It's just a double leaf punch. It's kind of complimentary. But it's a leaf punch. It's ace. I've already used it. You might have seen my little tea bag treat holders, and I used them. And I have shown this a little bit when I did my scan and cut video. I cut out these leaves and these flowers. So this is the new and the old. It's for, if I said it, it's for a blog hop, mixing the new and the old. And then what I'm going to use old with it, well, it's just from the annual catalogue. So I'm using this bit of DSP. This is the pansy one, well, or the Mad Ewoks, however you look at those. So I've taken this side. I do prefer the B sides. Love that little bit of gingham. I'm using this label from the Meadow Dies. Love this label, and it goes nicely around that thank you. You can use It's Been Too Long, a little hello will fit in, or that's quite small, but it's quite good for those two. But I'm going to make this a thank you card, and I'm going to use the lovely Fresh Freesia ribbon to go with the DSP, and I'm going to use the In Colour inks. So that's me old and me new. Okay, I did try a little bit of practice and use pale papaya as well, but I felt it didn't look quite right. So I'm going to stick with these two greens for the foliage, Fresh Freesia and Polished Pink. For the flowers, there are two types of flowers, so I'm going to be stamping both, and I'm going to do it in the different colours. So let's get started. So I've got a nice sheet of basic white. I've just realised I'm down to the last few pages of my grid mat, so I've just got my new pad out, brand new pad under there, and I realised that this will be the third pad. So I've used almost 2 pads, and I've been a demonstrator now. It'll be 5 years at the end of the month. Yay, go me! And so 2 pads in 5 years, not bad, is it? So I don't know where I'd be without them. I don't know how I crafted without them. Anyway, I've put them on because I just feel this set needs a little bit of on the background. So I'm going to stamp, and what I'm going to be doing is cutting out. So I'm just going to be stamping, not in a fashion for a pattern at all. I'm thinking of how I'm going to cut them out. So got that goodly inked. I'm just going to stamp there, and I'm going to stamp another one here. I'm going to do a few, got a few ideas. I'll put this one down here. So that's that. And then what I've done is I have created some masks. So I've got masks for the 2 flowers. You can see I've used them. Okay, I've got some cutouts. You might have seen I did a video on my scan and cut. And I cut these on my scan and cut, which is what I'm going to do with this, actually. But you can fussy cut, and I'll show you in a sec my fussy cut efforts. So, don't want Fresh Freesia anymore. I want Polished Pink. So, I'm going to cover So obviously I fussy cut this. So I've done it on a post-it note, so there's a little bit sticky on it. Post-it notes are good because it's really thin paper, and so you won't get so much of a ridge. If you use thicker paper, you might get a little bit of a ridge. So I'm doing a flower beside that one, and one beside that one. There we go. So we peel that away, and you've got a little bit of an outline, but I can live with that. I can live with that. So I'm going to do the same on this one. That one's not quite as well inked. I do find sometimes with these stamps that have got a lot of flat on that they need a little bit longer, but that's okay. And then on this one, I'm going to use the leaf. So I'm going to get Evening Evergreen, Evening. Let's put that on a little bit better. There we go. And I'm going to use this nice leaf there. Stamp in there. And stamp him on the other side. Might do another one of these. Actually. So, quite liking that a lot. So now I want to stamp this nice leaf here around these two. So I'm going to use this one, Soft Succulent. Forgot what it was called then. So I need to cover this one up. I'm going to have the leaf coming out there. Do the same on this one. The alternative to this, which I'm going to do in a minute, if you like fussy cutting or you have a scan and cut, is I'm going to stamp them all separately and cut them all out separately. But this way you can cut. Now the leaf is going in the opposite direction, but that's okay, because in nature you wouldn't have symmetrical leaves. Let's put this one up there. So I'm making a few clusters and then deciding. So I'm probably going to end up making more than one card, because these might be my thank you cards for customers. Okay, so that's that. And then I wanted to do this leaf here. So I'm going to do that in Evening Evergreen. and I'm going to have him coming out there. Don't know why the leaf's got a gender, just as. So I'm going to put that there, and I might stick that one on there as well, just in case. Okay, not quite on, there we are. So when I cut these out, I cut right close to the line of the stamped image. So he's coming out there a bit, and do the same on this side. I'm doing two, just in case one goes wrong, and because I'm doing more than one card, and I haven't fully decided on the design, and I might use both. So there we go. So the idea is I'm going to cut these out. Now I hate fussy cutting, but I just wanted to show that it can be. So that was the one that I did in practice, and you can see the difference there with using pale papaya. Oh, I did have him coming out that way. I quite like that because that goes quite nicely in the corner of a card. So I'm going to go back and do another one of those, and that one I cut out quite nicely as well. It wasn't too difficult, even by my skills, but I don't like it. My hands are sore, so I won't be cutting no more. So I'm just going to put that one back. And have this just coming down here a little bit. And then I'm going to stamp them separately, ready to cut out as well, because I quite like the idea of layering them. There we go. So as I got this out, I'm going to stamp a couple. And this has got a nice bold outline, so it will cut quite well, I think. Okay, so they're all stamped out nicely. I stamped another one of them because of the way that didn't stamp properly, and then I didn't stamp it properly, but never mind. So I'm going to go down to my scan and cut and cut them out. Now, if you've watched my scan and cut video, you will know that there's gaps in these. So the scan and cut, if I just scanned it in, would probably cut each one of those out separately. So with my little pencil, I'm going to join up the lines so that it will cut these around there, and then I can rub them out afterwards. And we've got gaps all the way around this, so they will have to be joined up as well. I'm going to experiment without putting the lines in to see if cutting with a border goes all the way around. So I'm going to try that out as well. These will be fine. So I'm going to take my pencil with me as I go down to the scan and cut, and get them cut out, and then I'll come back. So there we are. I have been and cut them all out. So I did some without a border and some with a border so we can see the difference. The issue I found with cutting without a border was it cut the big green leaves off. It seemed to, I don't know if the stem was too thin. It looked like it was okay when I scanned, but then it cut them all off. But there's no bother because I've cut these out and I can stick them behind. So I've still got that image. So I would be able to use that without any problem whatsoever. So that is flower cut with a border. That's the flower cut without the border. So it's just personal preference what you prefer. That is the cluster with a border, the cluster without a border. As I say, it cut the leaves off. That is hand fussy cutting. I think that looks nicer. And for me, it's about pain. So no pain, lots of pain. So yeah, that's that. Didn't take long. This was a lot quicker than if I'd cut that whole sheet out. So probably took me about 15 minutes. So yeah, quite happy with that. That is no border, that's border. That's a border that I fussy cut. Okay, so there we go. So I've got my bits. I did draw my pencil lines in. So it's 15 minutes. That included like putting pencil lines in, and then I've rubbed them out. Now you do get like a sharp cut, and I know some people don't like that. So you just put your bone folder around it, and it can soften the edges a little bit if you're bothered. It's not the same sort of beveled edge that you get with a die cut, but it's okay. I don't mind it. I don't mind that edging, but if you did, you could do that. So let's start putting my card together. Okay, so I have cut my card mat. I've decided to make a second card because I've cut enough. So so this is that DSP, and this is going to have the thank you on it. And then this one, I thought I'd do happy little bit late birthday. One of my friends posted it was their daughter's birthday today, and it was like, oops. So I thought this would be a nice, sweet little card with happy little bit late birthday, and I'm going to die cut that out. And I think those flowers on either side will look nice. Those are my thoughts there. So using again something old with something new. So old stamp set, old die set. So let's get my stamping done. I'm going to stamp in fresh freesia. I've got my thank you, and I've got my happy little bit late birthday. And so I'm going to stamp these and then die cut them out. So that one there. Might have overstamped a bit there, but it might. I'm going to do a second one just because I got a little bit of ink on there. I think I went a little bit too heavy. So we'll go again. Yeah, that's okay. And we'll do our happy little bit late birthday. Going to do it so I've got enough room for die cutting around it. So die cut that and die cut that one, and that fits in just nicely. I did try it on the box and that fits lovely, so I'll get them cut out. So there we are, all ready to put our cards together. That one and that one. So I think that sentiment fits lovely on that die. So I thought we'd have some flowers either side, and I have the the flexibility with my die cut separates to move this about a bit. And I was deciding if I needed to or wanted to put any extras in there, which you might do. I might do my usual trick of taking a photo and making the decision. It's quite centered. And then on this one, that's going on the edge there, the thank you across the top, and I thought I'd thread some ribbon on it as well. I know it is still winter, we're looking towards spring, and I just thought these were quite nice. Spring gingham always makes me think of picnics, tablecloth, so I'm going to thread that through and put that over like that. And do I need anything else? I don't think I do. I think that is going to be enough there. So let's get my ribbon cut. And I really like this die for the fact that you can thread your ribbon. Yep, that's going under there like so. So I want to put a bit of sticky on the back of this so that the ribbon sticks to it. So I'm just going to get a bit of stamp and seal. On the underside. Make sure we've got enough. Yeah. So pull that tight. Stick it under. That's a bit better. I'm trying to decide if I want it stuck up a little tad. Or stuck flat. I might stick it flat. So I'm going to get some Tombow. We'll stick this down. Rather a lot of Tombow there, Jez. It has to be said. So let's put that on my grid mat. Use the lines in the gingham. So I can stick it down. I'm going to hold it a little bit because obviously there's ribbon there, so that's a little bit of fabric. Give it a good take there. Yep. So then turn it around the other way. Some more stamp and seal to keep that ribbon in place. There we go. So I'm going to check on this side where it's straight. There we go. With the gingham, I can kind of see that I want it between those darker lines. Let me pull it out there how I want it. There we go. Faff. There we are. sticking it to my hand. That's lovely. And then that can go on the top there. So I'm going to put Tombow all over the back of this. Now I thought I might stick this one up on dimensionals rather than stick it down flat. So quite happy with that one. And now let's get this one done. So did I want I've got one like that. Got one like that. Do I want any more leaves? No, don't want them. But I do think they look quite nice. So I'm going to stick these underneath. Yep, about there. Where's my little bit of glue on there that I didn't want? Put these down. Liking that. I'm going to put that now on the card mat because it's easier when you're sticking things up on dimensionals. You don't want to be then adhering to the card mat, I find. That's quite pretty as it is. I want these on. So stick that one on. So I'm going to stick, I want to stick the leaves on here first. And there we have it. Our 2 cards, and I'm going to got my nice little box here that I made, and things that I've cut up go in this box for future use. So they're not wasted. And they might make an appearance on a tag in a journal as well. Just all go in there. So hope you like that. I will link down below to my blog post so you can see all the measurements and some close-up pictures, and I'll link to the original blog hop as well so you can go and see what everybody else has made with mixing the old with the new. Okay, thanks for joining me. All the links to everything I've used is down below if you wish to shop with me, and yeah, hope you join the new catalogue, and don't forget to like and subscribe. Okay, bye.